magpe-playoff season na naman sa PBA, and ang Rain or Shine Elasto Painters as of recording this, 9-3 sila sa kanilang eliminations. Well, tapos na yata yung elimination sila. Yun na yun. 9-3 ang Rain or Shine Elasto Painters. Another successful eliminations round. Pero pagdating kasi ng playoffs, ang Rain or Shine kilala to bilang isang team na laging hindi makaalis ng semi. So bakit kaya ganun? Kasi ang pinaka-simpleng explanation na hindi ko na ganong, i-overthink pa, kasi sa playoffs mabagal ang pace and mas physical. And a lot of bigger teams, like big budget teams sa PBA, are built for those kind of environments or for that kind of environment. Like an SMB, Hinebra, TNT, yun yung mga nagtatrive sa ganong klaseng competition. And teams like Rain or Shine na built on depth, na maraming role players nagse-step up, dinadamihan nila ang possessions dahil sa kanilang mabilis na pace. Kapag bumagal yung pace, mas nababawasan ng possessions. Sa mas konting possessions, mas umaangat yung talent pa din sa ending. And ang pinakamagandang counter kasi doon, na unfortunately, ang Rain or Shine struggled, diba, for years, is having a point guard na talagang magsesettle ng troops at ima-manage ang laro. And early in the conference, Felix Pangilinan Lemeti looked like the guy. Diba? Parang finally, nahanap na ng Rain or Shine yung point guard na kayang tumakbo, kayang magsettle sa half court, can play defense, hindi liability sa defensive end, and offensively, kind of a streaky shooter, pero magaling ding dumrive. Kumbaga, the perfect point guard alongside Nokum and Mamuyak na mas nagtatrive kasi sa fast break game. Unfortunately, Lemeti got injured, and dahil sa injury ni Felix Lemeti, na yun nga, siya yung naging point guard early in this conference, di ba parang it should be next man up. And Rain or Shine naman is known for its depth and players stepping up. Role players, di ba, having great games. So parang okay, sure, marami naman silang players, marami naman silang gwardiya sa roster. Pero sa point guard position kasi ng Ross, right now, I'm kind of disappointed na hindi pa nagsi-step up si Andre Caracot. Kasi if you talk about next man up, ang pila kasi dyan should be Andre Caracot, Anton Asisio, and then maybe David. Si Caracot yung may pinaka-experience. Si Caracot yung pinaka-capable, supposedly, na 'di ba mag-manage ng team sa parehas na half-court at transition game. Before the Lemeti injury, Dre nag-average lang ng around 9 to 10 minutes per game. Limited lang kasi nga talagang naging Lemeti Nokum yung backcourt and Mamuyak. Nag-average lang si Andre Caracot ng 7.3 points, 2 rebounds, and 1.7 assists sa 48.8% field goals at 35% sa tres. Mataas yung splits kasi konti lang yung attempts. Kasi nga konti lang yung minutes, around 9 to 10 lang. Then after the Lemeti injury naman, nag-shoot up to 15 minutes yung minuto ni Andre Caracot. Tumaas. Sa minutes na yun, nagtala siya ng 6.5 points, 2.3 rebounds, and 2.3 assists per game sa 44.4% sa field goals at 20% lang sa tres. Total nun is 2 out of 10 sa last 4 games ng Rain or Shine. More opportunities for Caracot pero kind of the same production, if not worse. Matagal ko na pinagtatanggol si Caracot even sa mga previous semifinals appearances ng Rain or Shine na medyo may pagka-blunder yung performances niya. Pero I've defended him kasi I've always said na yung ability niya to play make sa half court for Rain or Shine is important. At yun yung wala sa ibang players nila like Nokum. Na Nokum kasi, I like Nokum's game pero meron siyang CJ Perez syndrome. And alam niyo na yung ibig sabihin ko when I say that. And si Mamu naman, di ba? Mamu is more of a safer bet for Rain or Shine pero inconsistent din kasi si Mamu. So talagang kailangan nila ng consistent point guard na hindi naman kailangan na sobrang laki ng production pero consistent in terms of how he manages the game. And si Lemeti kasi yung nagmukhang ganun early in the conference. And right now, we are all expecting Caracot to be that guy. Pero unfortunately, di ba, parang hindi pa Hindi pa din eh. And ayoko maging bad faith argument tong video na to kasi I can't, really tell. Pero I can't help but think bakit yung mga vloggers sa Rain or Shine hindi maganda nilalaro for ilang conferences na. Diba, Caracot hasn't been playing well. Santillan hasn't been playing well. May mga games pa nga na mukhang unplayable si Santillan na parang get him off the floor, pasok na lang si Villegas kind of games. And kumbaga when I open social media kasi na I should stop doing again. Pero anyway, instead na makita kong headline kasi ay Caracot stepping up for Rain or Shine, ang nakikita ko lang mga soft launch or mga kung anong mga vlog nila. Like, gets ko naman do. I'm all for, players having their platforms and having fun. It's good for the league na merong marketing. Pero I don't know. Pero anyway, pag-usapan na natin yung laro ni Andre Karakot. Merong mga bagay, like I've said kanina, na magaling talaga siya. He's good at, capable siya doon. Pero merong ding mga nag-hold back sa kanya. First, ay yung defense. Makikita natin dito, I'm not 100% sure. Maybe ginagawa rin nila to Anton Asistio or maybe Nokum sometimes. Pero defensively, si Karakot, tinatago nila by doing triple switches. Makikita natin dito, magsaset ng back or ng back pick si Brownlee para kay RJ. So ngayon, magsiswitch dito si Andre Karakot. Makikita natin pagka-switch dito, tuturo si Karakot for Kaylan to switch. So ngayon, it's Karakot kay Brownlee, a mismatch. So ang ginagawa ng Raynor Shine, they triple switch. Itatago nila si Karakot somewhere here. And then may kukuha kay Brownlee. Pero ang nangyayari kasi doon, 'di ba? Kung every possession magse-set ng pick kay Karakot, magkakaroon ng confusion and ang daming unnecessary rotations na kailangan panindigan ng Raynor Shine. Which is a disadvantage for a team kung kalaban kumbaga nila Hinebra na talagang sobrang bilis mag-nitpick or mag-breakdown ng defense. Kagaya dyan, split second lang na naligaw after ng triple switch, after itry nilang itago si Karakot, dalawa pumunta kay Brownlee, open si Abarrientos. And then here, again, screen from Brownlee, nag-switch dito si Karakot. Now, si Clarito, magti-triple switch, Karakot tatago kay Ku, pupunta si Clarito kay Brownlee, pero yung split second na yun, na-pick apart na kagad yun ni RJ. Okay, ginagawa niyo pala yun. So, bigay kay Ralph Ku, late si Karakot, too small to put up considerable contest. Another 3-pointer for Hinebra. And dito naman, supposedly, dapat switch to. Pero, di ba, at the very least, diba, lumaban man lang sa screen to give Kaylan Chongson time to come up pa. I understand, mali ni Chongson to. Kasi pag nagsiswitch ka, dapat aggressive ka, you step up. Pero, di ba, at the very least, Karakot should have fought a little bit harder dito sa screen na to. Para mabigyan, kung wari nandito si Karakot, let's just say, stickman, ayan, si Karakot. Mas may time si Chongson na lumaban sa screen. And meron namang Clarito rito sa tag Hindi naman ganong mapapariwara dito yung depensa nila. 'Di ba? Karakot should have fought harder para mas may time or mas merong room for mistakes dito si Kaylan Chongson. Pero yun, I do hope he figures it out. Kasi nga lahat ng guards ng Raynor Shine, 'di ba? Siya dapat yung pinaka-capable. Siya yung pinaka-capable mag-manage ng team sa half court. He's the most natural playmaker here. And 'di ba, he shouldn't be the one taking those kind of shots sa half court. Hindi dapat pangit shot selection niya kasi dapat point guard siya dito. Even if maging points guard siya, dapat in control kasi yun yung kumbaga mas kailangan ng Raynor Shine. Hindi nila kailangan ng another out of control guard sa loob ng court kasi marami na silang ganun. You should be the one making plays and smarter reads sa half court. And speaking of that, 'di ba? Capable nga naman siya kasi kung wari dito, stepping up, nag-slide siya sa corner. Diba? One of his strengths yan, spot up 3-pointers. And kaya niya rin naman, diba, mag-create plays off the dribble. Makikita natin dito, attacks the gap, stop, pop, floater, easy 2 points. Kumbaga si Karakot, kaya niya umiscore Kaya niya umiscore sa floaters, sort of. Diba? Sa pull-up threes, sort of. Sa mid-range, sort of. And mag-pass out of those, situations, sort of. Diba? Kumbaga ganong klaseng player siya. Capable siya, sort of. And dito naman, makikita natin, di ba? Pasa sa baseline, roll kay Manaytay, and one. Good read. Diba? Kumbaga capable siya. I think it's, focus lang talaga yung kulang. Dito, di ba? Inatake niya yung zone, pasa kay Santillan, great cut, great find. Capable talaga siya Sort of. That's the problem. Sort of kasi lagi. Tapos sa transition naman, di ba? Okay rin naman yung decision making niya. Is quite good pa nga Bagay talaga siya sa ganitong klaseng game. Pero di ba, pagdating sa half court kasi, if we look at their skills, or yung mga players na meron sila, siya yung pinaka may kaya. Siya yung may kaya mag left to right. Kasi a lot of Raynor Shine players are up to down or up-down kind of player. Siya lang yung may kaya mag left. And he should be the one stepping up sa kawalan ni Felix Lemeti.